The mast is up and all the standing rigging has been attached, and you can see the mast is fairly straight in this direction, but it seems to be leaning forward. I don't know whether this mast is supposed to be raked forward or not, but it is leaning forward just a little bit. A couple other things that concerns me. Lower shrouds, no problem. They have the right size. You connect them right down to the chain plate. Everything's great. This duct tape is just there so that it doesn't get hung up while I'm putting the mast up. Remember, this is the only shroud, this and the one on the other side are the only ones that are attached when I'm raising the mast. This one, though, is a fair amount of inches short. I had to use a couple of connectors. Yeah, I haven't stretched this out all the way, but I had to use 2 extra connectors in order to get it in, and it looks like this has been, you know, spread out a little bit, so I don't quite understand. So I think this is just a little bit on the short side. On the forestay, again, it's short, you know. Ideally, I would like to have this go all the way down to 1 connector at the bottom. Sorry. I'd like to have the shroud, the standing rigging, going all the way down to just 1 connector, and then adjust it with the, you know, with the screws. But you know, this is a good 6 inches apart. That concerns me. The lower shroud, again, is no problem. The forestay on this side is the right size. This is exactly what I'd like to do. Go connect directly here. Actually, it's wrong here too, because here I've got a connector. So again, it's short. Now, why is the standing rigging everywhere short? I don't have any extra plates. There's no reason why this would be higher. It's actually sitting on the metal plate. I have the bolts smaller than the holes that were drilled, so it can wiggle and waggle into the right position, so it's actually resting on the plate. That might be why it's raked forward just a little bit. And the backstays, again, you know, here's the end of the shroud, end of the standing rigging, and way down here is the connector, and you know, that's a good distance. That's a foot. So we're missing a length of a foot. And the same thing here. I'm using rope just to keep it in strength, but you know, this is 18 inches short if I wanted to go all the way down to the base. But I might, you know, use 1 connector here. Something like this wouldn't be a bad connector to use. But I don't like the chain plate going to a connector, going to a connector, going to a connector, and then going to the running rigging. So I don't quite understand how the person who had this boat 7 years ago, you know, the guy I bought it from hadn't sailed it, so I can't say anything negative to him because he never put the mast up probably. But the fellow before him, something's wrong. He's the one that changed the tabernacle. So my hopes of being able to go sailing this week have been diminished, although luckily for me, I own another sailboat. I own a Kingfisher 20, which is very similar to the Alacrity, just a little bit bigger, more of an ocean-going boat, and it's down in the marina. So tomorrow, when I get tired of all this, or over the weekend, get tired of playing with this Alacrity, I'm going to go sailing on my Kingfisher 20 and maybe spend the night out on it. Anyways, thanks for listening.